Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with the Simpler Stocks free video for March 9th, 2016. It's about 13 minutes before the bell. Today was a real interesting day. Right now we have the futures down 18, the NASDAQ down 23, and the Russell getting smashed down 24. You have the Nikkei down 220. You have the transports down 200. And you have really almost every asset class down other than bonds. So what did I see today? Well, one thing you have to realize, what I've been putting on the video is I've been talking about that the Russell and the transports move together. And why do the Russell and transports move together is they're both economically sensitive. Is the Russell is composed of mainly growth stocks, and the transports, have the coal stocks, the airlines. And the thing in here is we were watching this. We were watching on the daily that the transports rallied from support. The Russell had lagged, and all of a sudden it started to kick in the last couple of weeks. They both got up to resistance, and then when the transports got smashed today, so did the Russell. So they really do correlate pretty well. Now, the thing that's really interesting in here is, believe it or not, a lot of the things that I mentioned yesterday and today actually happen in here. And let me show you what I mean. Number one, we were talking about that if transports got up to this resistance, and you can see it better if you zoom out. Look at this resistance, and it's always a zone. It's not an exact price, it's a zone. But if it got up to here, and now you're seeing some negative divergence down here on the bottom right, is you should be looking for Dow Jones transport stocks to short. And that's what we've been talking about in the forum and when I do the premium chat in the morning. We have an hour premium chat in the morning. So the one thing in here was to look for Dow Jones transport stocks. So what we do, we go to personal. We go to the Dow Jones transport stocks, and sure enough, you had things like Delta Airlines, JetBlue, just getting really beaten up today. The whole thing about that is, sure, some of this looks like it was too late to do, obviously in JetBlue. What you do in here, how I looked at it, is the action of them was so weak that even if the ESs and the NASDAQ tried to mount a rally, this kind of headwinds was probably going to prove too much for it. So like yesterday when the Russell wouldn't go down, it dragged up everything somewhat. Today the Russell getting smashed and the transports getting smashed, it did the opposite. Very interesting how that works. Now, a couple of things in here. One is we have the IBB getting smashed. That's the biotech index. There are a lot of biotech stocks in the Russell. That's another reason it's down. You have the transports down because Delta came out with worse than expected guidance. And then you have oil getting hit. Now, one thing I want to show you in here is what I posted on the Simpler Stocks every day on the chat in the forum. And I want to show you what we have here. This is our home page. So you have chart ideas, premium videos, the chat room. I said we have it for an hour. And we have forum, which is a very active forum. Let's say you go to chart ideas. And in here you see now we separated this out. So we have 6 sectors now. We have long-term index and futures charts, short-term index and futures charts, longer-term chart ideas, shorter-term chart ideas, hot sector of the day, and I'm going to get to that in a minute, and unusual options activity. The interesting thing in here on hot sector of the day is, let me show you what I posted, and this is what people in the on this site pay me the money for. Look at the longer-term chart ideas. And look what I put 2 days ago. I'm watching the oil stocks. Many oil stocks with massive moves this week. I will post intraday alerts if I see these rolling over. Okay, now what I want you to see is NE here. And I want you to see NE on a daily. Now what I want you to see is yesterday what I posted. So I'm going to go back in here so you can see it. And then I went to here and I went to shorter term chart ideas. And yesterday I posted watch the oil stocks for intraday shorts. Check out ESV right here is 12.5. Now go to today. Now the reason I'm showing this is, first, we just started today this thing of the hot sector. I would have put in here the hot sector of the oil stocks. Instead, yesterday we didn't have that yet. Today I showed the airline stocks and why. Watch the airlines today. But go back to these oil stocks that I said I'm looking for intraday shorts. Now take this off and check out what they did today. Look at ESV in here. that you just saw at 1310. And check that out. Check out on the right, put in this one. This was another one I posted, UNT. Look what that's done. From 1274 to 9. This one I posted as a good short yesterday. So I'm just showing you, I'm trying to show you the hot sectors, and I'm trying to get you into them. So the thing is, what I want to also show you in here is this was an intraday idea. You know, that these had short-term swing trades on the downside. But what I also want you to realize here, and when we talk about posting this, and we have longer-term chart ideas, shorter-term, mostly what I show are longer-term ideas. Check out how many posts I do of these every single day, longer-term ideas. You know, that was the weekend, so if there's a little cut, every one of these is longer-term ideas. Now go back here and look at shorter-term chart ideas, and you'll see the last post was 8 days earlier before that. So most of the ones are long-term oriented, but now that I have this short-term idea in here, I'll show you more during the day. And then I want to show you more just if I see a hot sector. So that'll be definitely something I'll put in there. We have a 7-day, 30-day trial like most of you know. And believe it or not, thousands of people taking us up on it, which is really exciting. Other thing we do is we have this. We have these meetups like once a week that we're having free. I love free. I figure you're already paying for the site. You don't need 8 million things inundated up for you. One of them we have in here, we had one on the MACD. We had one on the ATR trailing stock. We had back here in December finding the right stocks. Tomorrow we're having moving averages. So when you go to that and click on it, watch what happens. The video series continues because I like to teach. And tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, we're showing moving averages. It's free if you're a subscriber. So that will be tomorrow. Other thing in here I wanted to show you is my boss is having a free webinar tonight. Let me get it up here so I get it right in front of me. And basically, he has some great stuff in here. And I just want to show you what he has. I always go too far in here. So give me a second to find it in here. Is this. Right here, Options Trading Made Simple. This is my boss, John Carter. Sort of a legend in the industry. Has had 2 books out, very good sellers. And he has a free webinar tonight, Tuesday, March 8th at 2:16 at 7 p.m. Central. And basically in there, he's talking all about things like this. Why volatility is massively profitable if you know how to spot it. And all these things in here on how to trade. So if you get an idea, register for the free webinar. I'm sure you'll love it. So everybody take care. I will be with you tomorrow.